mobile news app.
In more news tonight, gay and lesbian advocates are calling a bill protecting religious liberties a license to discriminate.
Yeah, if Senate Bill 17 becomes law, it will protect licensed professionals such as doctors, lawyers, and counselors from disciplinary action from state boards when they act on their, quote, sincerely held religious beliefs in their places of business, end quote. Holly Sofer joins us now here in the studio. And Holly, the Texas State Senate passed this bill yesterday.
Yeah, and now it's on its way to the House of Representatives. And if this bill does become a law, members of the LGBTQ community are worried that it will affect their day-to-day lives here in Waco.
Reverend Charlie Garrison has been openly gay the majority of his life.
I've sort of developed a bit of a shield to the hatred and discrimination that comes with it.
Not everyone accepts his lifestyle, and sometimes that makes him worry about he and his husband's safety.
If there's an affectionate touch on the shoulder in the grocery line, what will happen? Will somebody follow us to the car? That hasn't happened, but I think it's a very real fear.
Fears many members of the LGBTQ community live with on a daily basis. Advocates say Senate Bill 17 would lead to more discrimination, allowing licensed professionals to legally lean on their religious beliefs when making decisions for their business.
Using religious freedom as a weapon to hurt people is just wrong.
In a statement issued Wednesday, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says in part, quote, Senate Bill 17 will ensure that no Texan will ever have to choose between their job and their faith. Preserving religious liberty has and will always be one of my top priorities, and I congratulate Senator Perry on passing this important legislation. Christy Gillum is a realtor who's worked with hundreds of buyers and sellers. If this bill becomes law, she can't imagine putting it to use.
The religion or, sexual orientation or any of that doesn't matter to me, because what we're trying to do is find a good fit for a person, for a family, for a unit of people to call home.
Garrison appreciates people like Gillum, who see him as an equal. He wants that progress to continue, rather than have a bill slow it down.
It would make us cautious. It's a new fear to live with, on top of all of the other ones.
The Human Rights Campaign says the vote on SB 17 marks a dark moment for Texas. The Texas State Director says in part, quote, before the session began, Texas's elected officials promised to focus on key issues important to all Texans and not to revisit the fights of the previous session. Instead, it's legislative deja vu as Dan Patrick is pushing a discriminatory anti-LGBTQ agenda yet again. We implore the House of Representatives to not take up on this harmful bill. And Texas Values Action also released a statement on this bill saying no Texas professional should fear the government taking away their livelihood because of their faith. We applaud Senator Charles Perry for his work to protect religious freedoms for Texas license holders. And Legiscan tells us that more than 9,000 bills have already been introduced this session, and the HRC says that 19 of them do threaten LGBTQ communities.
I know we'll be watching this as it moves forward or if it gets halted.
Yes, we will.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Holly.